Hair's a mess here. Wow. But that's not. All right. Wow. All right, guys. And what is going on? This is the Club of the Man, 1993. We are live on this Saturday night for another special live stream. I've said that a ton this month, and especially within the past couple weeks. Of course, I mentioned, November, I wanted to do multiple top 10 streams in the month of December for my bests of the bests of 2018. Usually this is one, stream or video I have done every year since just for the past couple years, since 2016. Or I talk about so far this year we've gone through, the objectives, like the subjective list, like the reasons, the ones that are like opinionated, but at the same time, that feels like more fat. Like even if it wasn't your favorite thing overall of the year, what your opinion were the top 10 matches, the top 10 this? Well, this top 10 list, this two sets of top 10 lists, are more on a personal level, more my personal favorites and my least favorite things of the year as well. So my phone just a second. So that's what I want to do again. And this is one of the final streams, of course, of the year. As I said, this one I'll do two tomorrow. Well, one on my channel, one on another channel, with a couple of friends, and of course the Q&A wrap-up video on New Year's Eve on Monday. But let's get started with this one again. This is going to be my personal top 10 favorite and least favorite things, also for the second top 10 list of 2018. Now last night when I did my superstars of the year, I pretty much stuck with did a little bit of a different format. I did like 8 to 10. Well, I'm gonna go back to just the least favorites and then ending on the favorites, because again, I like to end on a positive note. And I think, these last couple streams, deserve to be ending, on positive notes as we get ready to wrap up 2018. And of course, my goal is to always end the year on a positive note. Even if it didn't start off so strong, let's just, end it on a positive note. So that's why we're going to do it that way for this stream. But before this, of course, as always, we got to check the live chat and see who is all here. We so far have got Mark and TN Couponer. What's up, Mark? Saying, hey, Mike, number one favorite moment was least favorite moment was Lashley's sisters. Ugh. Also, the Ronda and Becky feud was also one of his favorites, that's a great pick also. What is up, Tia Couponer? And don't forget a worse being Lashley's favorite pose. Gosh. For sure. Although that might be also summed up in one category itself. But, of course, we will wait and see what I have listed here for my top 10 favorite and least favorites of 2018. But let's, of course, start off with the least favorites. As I said before, this could be either a feud, a match, could be just a superstar in general, could be like a personal experience as well involving wrestling as well. There is one on this list that I had to mention. On my four, of course, is the favorite, not a least favorite, of course. So yeah, we'll see what it is, and then I'll get into the schedule for the last 2 days of the year. So let's get started with these lists. Start off with my least favorites of 2018. Number 10, the growth. This is a weak pick, but the growth of the glorified house shows. Now, of course, WWE has its sets of house shows each week, different live events. Just an opportunity to see some of your superstars. Even though most of the times, the ones here in Pittsburgh at least, the house shows just are kind of pointless. And with the Pittsburgh crowd not being too great as usual, which I wonder how it went tonight, because tonight was the SmackDown tapings, which took place here in Pittsburgh. But I just did not think I was going to be able to go. I didn't get tickets to go to them. Plus, I had stuff going on with the family. Well, we had family stuff going on the past couple of days. And Dad had to work, and I had lunch with my not lunch, dinner with my good friend from high school. But anyways, get back on track here. So this year, WWE decided to do some more glorified house shows. Shows that are hyped up as pay-per-views, but just didn't feel any much better than house shows. You know, the greatest Royal Rumble, which was just a waste of time. It was I watched I get to watch the actual pay-per-view because that was when I was in Seattle visiting my sister that week. Well, that's when she lived in Seattle. She does live in Seattle anymore. You know, I watched, you know, the greatest Royal Rumble match. It was pointless. It just did nothing. It was just a lot of, you know, jobber names in this Rumble match. I mean, I liked how they gave Daniel Bryan an hour and 16 minutes though, which is, you know, the Iron Man, you know, match that I wanted to see, like the performance I wanted to see from him in the 2015 Rumble. Braun Strowman, of course, won it, but again, it just did nothing for anyone. Of course, that whole pay-per-view was just pointless. You know, the Super Showdown, same thing. You know, a couple things I did enjoy about that show, but it was just another glorified house show. And then, of course, Crown Jewel. Don't get me started on that one. That one, oh gosh. So WWE seemingly is just growing on doing, you know, some more, you know, supposed to be network specials, but they're just pay-per-views that they're having in another country. But, you know, I get it. You know, I would like to see, I honestly wouldn't mind seeing them do another WrestleMania someday, like in London, in England. Or, you know, they could do one, you know, somewhere else. But no offense, not in Saudi Arabia. You know, they could try doing a WrestleMania in Australia again, like, you know, except this time treated like an actual, you know, WrestleMania event and not a glorified freaking house show. But, you know, I don't get why, you know, we had to grow with these. And I'm pretty sure there's someone trying to do some more of these next year as well. So we'll see. But of course, you know, it's not the last time I talk about pay-per-views though on this list. But that was my number 10. The growth of the glorified house shows. Number 9, I hate to say it, but one thing I did not like about 2018 was the Shield reunion. And, you know, I love the Shield. You know, I love their history together. I love their run they had, you know, from when they first came to the main roster until they split for the first time in 2014. I was cool with the reunion. I wish they would have, you know, had a better story for the reunion game back there. I'm just like, you know, there's rumors speculating about the Shield reuniting. I think they kept mentioning on Raw. Yeah, we did it. We're reunited. Like, you know, okay, it could have had a little bit more of a story to it, though. But, you know, to me, I thought it was fun at the time. Of course, they tried to, you know, do what they wanted to do with the Shield 2017, since it kind of, you know, got hampered a little bit by Roman Reigns getting sick with the mumps in 2017 and Dean Ambrose going down to that tricep injury shortly after Survivor Series in 2017. So, in my opinion, like, they tried to do it again, but to me, it just did not work. It felt like, you know, it was not meant to happen again. To me, it was just going to, you know, end the same way, you know, as Seth Rollins ended, and another Shield reunion would feel pointless after that. Could be overreacting because there is something involved in the Shield, though, that on this list, and the positives, of course, later on. But to me, it went from them being, you know, the Hounds of Justice, you know, one of the most destructive, you know, stables of all time, to just literally being, no offense, Roman Reigns pound puppies, as TN Couponer called it on one of my streams several times. It just hurt their reputation. This was not about a faction, you know, just, you know, like trying to do like what the WWE for, you know, the past, like, you know, year or two had been doing with Seth Rollins ever since they turned him babyface, just trying to nerf a reaction on the Roman Reigns. They tried doing that with the entire Shield, and it just did not work. Yes, they put on some good matches. You know, a couple of the 6-man tag matches they had with Strowman, Ziggler, and McIntyre, despite the fact that, you know, I hated the alliance, was not too bad. But of course, the story around it, it did kind of hurt, you know, Rollins and Ambrose in the long run, in some ways, holding their momentum, because all that mattered was protecting Roman Reigns with the Universal Championship. And in fact, also they formed by stopping a babyface from cashing in Money in the Bank, but that man had to turn heel. The House of Justice stopped him from doing so. But they're not the ones turning heel. I don't know. And I did not get it. And which is why I did not enjoy this at all. That's why this is number 9 on my list, is the Shield reunion in 2018. Number 8, going back to pay-per-views, making all pay-per-views dual branded. This was tough to judge again, because as I've said several times, I am pro brand split. Like, I am all for this brand split, because I felt if there was one show, if all stars were on both shows, it would go back to one show feel like, the show that really means something. The other show will feel like, it's just a recap show and just a way to grab more money. Well, with a stacked roster and the stacked talent when utilized, we do need to have 2 brands, I feel. However, there comes a time where you got to look at this and think, okay, are there too many championships? Should there, be, well, I mean, basically, the fact that having 2 brands means, we have to have champions on both brands. So that's why there's 2 tag titles, 2 women's titles, 2 world titles and whatnot, 2 different mid-card titles and whatnot. Now we're bringing in apparently the women's tag titles that look like they're going to have just 1 title for. I keep hearing now for, so which could be cool, but in my opinion, have 1 title for every division, except for the mid card division, of course, keeping an Intercontinental United States champion, of course, as well. But to me, you don't need 2 titles, because it just creates so many more matches for these dual brand pay-per-views. And with all of them being dual brand pay-per-views, they make like SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, those ones that are like the bigger events don't feel as special, because now all pay-per-views feel like they're big events now, even because they have like 10 or 12 matches on them and whatnot. And to me, it just waters down. It's too much to take in. The shows are just too dang long. 2.5, 3 hours to me is enough for a B show pay-per-view. If you want to start at 7 o'clock, so then we can end at like 10 o'clock instead, fine with me. But not all pay-per-views need to be 4 hours long. They just drag and drag and drag. And if the card is not structured right, you're going to have people who are just going to tune out of it, because they're going to get burned out by a certain match, such as in SummerSlam 2016 with AJ Styles and John Cena. How, that match was like 4th on the card, but they had all these other stacked matches for the rest of the shows that just absolutely none of them were able to top off Styles and Cena at that pay-per-view, making the rest of the show look kind of inconsistent, which is the problem. Honestly, I know people, were saying they weren't enjoying, the Raw exclusive or SmackDown exclusive pay-per-views, but my opinion was that's because they had 2 a month. They had 2 pay-per-views a month, 1 for each brand, and you did not need that to happen. The best way you could have done this was, that was how it's going to be, like, for simple. Royal Rumble's dual branded. February, you got Elimination Chamber that gets Raw. SmackDown gets Fastlane in March. WrestleMania is dual branded. May, Backlash, give it to Raw. June, probably Money in the Bank, dual branded. July, it's pay-per-view Extreme Rules, put it to SmackDown. August, SummerSlam dual branded. September, make it a Raw show, whatever it is. October, SmackDown. November, Survivor Series. December, actually, how about this? No pay-per-view in December. If you want to have that offseason, have Survivor Series be like, the last thing, and then don't have a pay-per-view in December. Give, like a 10-week build for the Royal Rumble. That way, less is more. We can have a lot more quality non-title feuds on pay-per-views, and it would just make, the shows a lot more interesting and invested. But no. Main roster can't do, multiple month builds for pay-per-views. Just by NXT can do it. But Raw or SmackDown, they can't do it because Vince McMahon is just another lazy SOB, pretty much. So what can we say? That's why. But to me, again, having all pay-per-views be dual branded, it's too much. It's just absolutely too much, I gotta say. And that is why that is my number 8 for least favorites of 2018. Let me just check my phone. I got this message I need to answer real quick. Sorry, I just want to answer this message real quick. My apologies. But anyways, but that was my my number 8 on this list. Number 7, I feel this one could be higher, but I picked out some individuals for most of the top 6 for the most part. But my number 7 for least favorites is the continuation of the lack of depth. Again, as I said before, these rosters on Raw and SmackDown are absolutely stacked with talent. People that we know can be great. But especially the women's and tag title divisions. On Raw, we've got Ronda Rousey, Alexa Bliss. Well, she's not active right now, but, she's still, when booked right, is a good talent. Nia Jax. Tamina, Bayley, Sasha Banks, Ember Moon, Natalya, even Ruby Riott. We got Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan and Dana Brooke and Alicia Fox and Mickie James. We've got a lot of names here. Not all of them, of course, are meant to be champions, in my opinion. Sorry, Dana Brooke. Sorry, Alicia Fox. Sorry, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan. I'm sorry, I just don't see them as champions anytime soon. No offense to them, but take those names out. That is still a stacked women's roster. Yet the only ones this year, excluding Natalya, who's got a championship opportunity on Raw, last week, the only people and the Elimination Chamber match, the only ones who got any Raw Women's Championship matches, title shots this year, were Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss, and Ronda Rousey. The only 3. Everyone else, Elimination Chamber, or a match on Raw, or just did not come anywhere close to getting a championship opportunity. Sasha Banks and Bayley, for crying out loud, spent the whole year in tag matches with the freaking Riot Squad. Where it's just 2-on-2, 6-man tag matches, individual matches against each one of them. They just happened so many times. I just do not get how those two did not get pissed off at that. Maybe they just haven't exposed it, but how on earth were those two able to deal with that this entire year? 2 women who put on, by far, in my opinion, one of the best, or maybe the best, women's match of all time at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 1 with their amazing classic. Now look at the 2 of them. Underutilized, barely getting any championship opportunities, and had a feud going that could have led to so many great things. Instead, they just didn't pull the freaking trigger on them. They just booked Bayley as this, delusional child, and Sasha Banks, she's no big boss anymore. She can't even retain her championship in a title defense. You made them both out to be weak and just don't feel like they're that important anymore on any one of these shows. One of those 2 have got to go to SmackDown, or even both of them. I will, of course, decide that, for tomorrow when I do my bold predictions, I'm going to mention some people who I think should switch brands. But my gosh, how could this just happen? Terrible, absolutely just terrible. And of course, SmackDown's women's division, which is all right, with Becky Lynch, Charlotte, Asuka, Naomi can put on a quality match here and there. I mean, Carmella was champion, but wasn't too memorable. But you still got, you know, Mandy, Sonya, Lana, the Iconics. So, you know, not booked the worst, but could definitely be booked better. You got a lot of potential in those 5 as well, for the most part. SmackDown Tag Title Division is not too bad, but there, you know, we could have seen some better booking from the club. We could have seen better booking from Sandy to at least, you know, build them up and not just have them doing absolutely nothing for several months. And of course, the Raw Tag Title Division. Who are these guys? Who are the authors of pain now? Like, I don't know who they are. Oh, I know who they are. Well, we'll talk about them in a little bit because I got, of course, going to go on that rant about them. I've been going on about how many times. Who are the authors of pain? Who are the Revival? Who on earth are Chad Gable and Bobby Roode? What about Heath Slater and Rhino? Which Rhino's apparently back now out of the blue since Corbin, you know, is no longer GM. I don't know. We got that team. Who else we got? Oh, we got the Lucha House Party, the Ascension. There's all of them have been booked like shit for how long? So why should we take the Raw Tag Title Division seriously at all? Especially the fact that you had a big single star in Braun Strowman and a 10-year-old win the tag titles this year. For what? Just to, you know, relinquish them the following night on Raw. And of course, you know, even the main event scene, you know, SmackDown's still good. Anyway, card division, but once again, they put all the crappy stars on Raw just because they wanted to make it all about Roman Reigns this year. And I'm sorry, again, I know the guy's sick, but you know, the booking they had for Roman this year, I was not happy with at all. It just showed again, WWE had hit a rough dead end with the Roman Reigns push, that they literally were just doing anything they can, like done some of the craziest crap. It was not even funny to try and still get this guy over the way they wanted to. And I still find it unfortunate the only way they got that reaction was when Roman announced his leukemia. And that's not how I would have wanted to see it happen. But, you know, now the guy is home, you know, fighting for his life. Leukemia is not something to play around with. But just, you know, all of this, the lack of depth. You have so much talent on the rosters. You can do so much with your shows in general, make so much interesting, but there's only a select few that Vince wants to push. And everyone else, he could care less about. No, I'm sorry. He only cares was whenever they threaten to leave, and he knows they go somewhere else, they will make, you know, bigger money than them. And Vince, being full of his ego as he is just worried about, you know, that just, you know, bring back competition to him. Because, you know, they can push forward, but they don't like it when you push back. But that's why it's on my list at number 7, the lack of depth, for my least favorites of 2018. Number 6, the booking of the Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar was Universal Champion almost this entire year once again. He was champion at Royal Rumble. Champion he didn't show up again until WrestleMania 34, where he should have dropped the title to Roman Reigns, but instead they were too afraid, so they cut the title on him. He retained it in a botched finish steel cage match, and he didn't defend the title against the SummerSlam. So once again, that's 504 days, 10, 11, 12 times he defended that title. That is terrible. That is absolutely garbage. When CM Punk over 434 days defended that title, how many times there? Oh, that's right, over 100. You give it to Roman Reigns, who, you know, defended the title the night after SummerSlam. He also defended it the night after Hell in a Cell and a Hell in a Cell, but the match didn't have a finished contest because Brock Lesnar interrupted and barely did anything to Strowman and Rome, but apparently it was too much for them to handle. Oh, come on. Roman Reigns was almost killed by Braun Strowman, and Roman Reigns almost killed Braun Strowman in an ambulance in their ambulance match that they had. But you know, there was this sold as well. But you know, Braun Strowman just like throws them around a little bit, and then all of a sudden they're too weak to get up. They barely even had the match at Hell in a Cell. He defended after Hell in a Cell against Corbin. That's the last time he defended this. He was going to put on the line his match with Ziggler, but of course, oh no, Roman, you're not going to put that title on the line. That still makes me mad. A heel general manager stopped a baby face champion from defending his title. It just makes absolutely no sense, guys. It did not. And then, of course, the stab us back all in the backs and just, slap us across the face when Roman had to relinquish it. Instead of putting on the guy who should have gotten it, Braun Strowman, they put it back on Brock Lesnar. In a fashion of having Corbin, attack Strowman before the match and lead to Brock squashing him. Why on earth, if Constable Corbin would even want, or if Baron Corbin would even want to get that Universal title and begin with, why on earth would he cost Braun Strowman the match? A guy who, could easily tear him apart. And, giving it to the championship to someone who is not going to defend it that much at all. He hasn't defended it since he won it at Crown Jewel. He had the match Survivor Series with Daniel Bryan, which was a good match because even though Brock Lesnar did not care, Daniel Bryan showed heart in that match and showed he could have beaten Brock Lesnar. Daniel Bryan made that match good, not Brock Lesnar. No chance in hell that happened. And I'm glad that Bryan kicked Brock in the balls. Daniel Bryan's dreams took over and kicked not just AJ Styles, but Brock Lesnar in the balls. But that championship is pointless. Again, Balor wins it, gets hurt. Kevin Owens wins it. Honestly, this is me saying, going as far as saying it, Kevin Owens' run with the Universal Championship has been the best Universal Championship run. And that's just saying so much with how weak that is. Brock Lesnar's run sucked. Balor, barely had the title. Roman's reign wasn't really too great. Yes, he defended it, of course, with, Finn Balor against Balor and Corbin, but still, it was too short, and, it just had the cronies with him as well. It just did not make it work. So that belt in its design just needs to go. We can have a WWE champion, and that is it. No Universal title, no 2 world titles, just complete boulder dash. But that's why it's number 6, the booking of the Universal Championship. Check the live chat here before we go on. Let me see what we've got here. Let me see here. Wow, we got a lot of things going on here. Let's see here what we got here. Least favorite, Brock win the Universal Championship for sure, Mark. The title reign was awful. That day, of course, Rollins becoming a Grand Slam champion was awesome as well. I realized something. The Shield has made history. We've got Larry. What's going on, Larry? Crown Jewel is glorified house show number 1. What a joke for sure. Good to see you, Larry. I haven't seen you for a while. Hopefully your holidays have been great. They're the only faction where all the members are Grand Slam champions, which that is actually true as well. The Roman Reigns and his Pound Puppies were the heels, which that should have been the case, but nope, it had to be Braun being the heel. Thank you for the good words there, Larry. That name rocked the chat of live, which was Pound Puppies. Brock returning at Hell in a Cell should have stayed gone after losing at SummerSlam. I agree, but nope. Come back for no reason whatsoever. So now all wants to come back and get his title. Best Asuka's winning the championship it's about time for sure. Reigns and Strowman were down over 10 minutes inside Hell in a Cell, which was barely anything. So happy for Asuka. Me too, Tina Couponer. Larry's booking of the Women's Royal Rumble 2019 would be Ember Moon winning the whole thing and her challenging Asuka for the title at Mania. That would definitely be awesome. Of course, WWE wouldn't know how to book that on the main roster because it was so good in NXT, but it would still be an awesome thing to attempt. I like that idea for sure, Larry. Good point. Ember would look cool on SmackDown. Just he has to go back and watch it all, but heard awesome things. Oh yes, for sure. I have to watch a lot of old NXT matches. Yes, you do, Larry. Especially the ones with Ember, Room, and Asuka were great. Over 7 hours of WrestleMania, including pre-show. Ugh. Again, when I go to WrestleMania in a few months, I am not going to the pre-show. We're going to get there for, I'd say, maybe maybe just for it's like 6:45 or something like that. But yeah, we're not going to watch the whole pre-show. October should be Halloween Havoc. I agree. I don't know why Vince don't get that people are not going to stay for 6 or 7 hours. But as Larry says, it's all about the money. What's up, Dakota? That was a sound as a Raw match for sure. Did you guys hear Raw and SmackDown are taped again this week? Yeah, I guess SmackDown was taped here tonight, but I didn't go to the tapings. Again, they should have just had had it off for sure. I agree. I hate when it's taped. They try to spoil it for sure. Glad I'm not watching Raw for weeks. Don't blame you. Top 10 times WWE has dropped the ball. I will do that once sometime. Best moment, Rusev winning the title, which was not a bad thing for Rusev, I gotta say. If someone gives me Raw spoilers, I don't get mad. I don't care about Raw anymore. Done with Raw. This show won't change. I don't want my intelligence to be insulted even more. I don't either. Apparently, we're going to gain change, right? Yeah, so much change. All we got was the McMahon's crowd saying that, oh, we're going to run the show now. And you all are the authority. Well, if we're all the authority, and how come none of us has had any say in anything that has happened on Raw? Have we? I don't think so. So, you lie! You lie! You lie! For sure. Barely anything exciting ever happens anymore for sure, Mark. I want to see that Iconics and Bellas wouldn't be a bad feud. I kept pitching that for months. Worst AOPP. God. I heard Randy Rose and Sonya Deville will win the women's tag titles first. Interesting. P jokes the worst. Mark says the only good NXT call up this year was McIntyre. That's for sure. Top 10 badly booked on the main roster from NXT. I got them on the list. We'll do that. And Buddy Murphy, of course, had a great also. Welcome, Matt Hardy was all right. Could have done better with them, but yeah. Does anyone remember that they were the authors of Pain once? Thanks for being sick. Old fuck Vince, we hate you. Oh, for sure. I missed pissing on WB in a chat. Hey, go for it, Larry. Yeah, Larry, spit it all out. Spit out all the piss you want. But yeah, they don't call them authors of pain anymore. They're just AOP. Just like Elias Sampson is now just Elias. But yeah, now the AOP probably says AOP, AOP. You're not funny, Vince. Just go play with your boys. That sounds a little too weird. Go play around with whatever you're doing with the XFL, and don't come back to WWE. No one's gonna watch that anywhere. Oh yeah, Mandy Rose and wait, hold on. I think I'm getting a little too far out of myself here. Peyton Royce is fire. They should partner her with Mandy Rose, and we could call them God's greatest tag team. That actually would be a pretty hot idea, Dakota. And yes, Mandy Rose's entrance is just absolutely amazing. Mandy. Corbin as GM is definitely a worst. Also, yes, to Cooper, constipated Corbin. Best is Seth telling Corbin what we all thought of Raw. A personal best for me was using that segment for something else to describe when I was venting about a certain someone, my sister, and I kept saying, you know what they are? What? I just played Seth Rollins going, coward, 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 coward. If my sister's watching this, she knows what I'm talking about. For sure. Best is Ronda roasting the Bellas. The only door that you ever knocked down was the door to John Cena's bedroom. And that's the same door he threw you right back out of. Burned! Insult of the year for sure, in my opinion. I don't care about Braun anymore. I'm so done with the product, main roster. I don't care if Lesnar holds a stupid red kindergarten title forever. That's a new one, stupid red kindergarten title. Mine was always the fruit roll-up. That's why I always called the Universal title the fruit roll-up. It took Shinsuke Nakamura's old jacket from NXT and then just said, hey, can we borrow that material for a second? Sure, thank you. Oh, we made a title now. Whoop-de-doo! It sucks. Ronda Rousey still being employed in WWE. He does not like Ronda. That's understandable. Or the World Heavyweight title. Chris Jericho and Jeff Hardy are the only Grand Slam champions in the modern format and the old format, which makes them the only two-time Grand Slam champions, which is interesting. Drink it in, man! Interesting. It's a very interesting fact, though, Dakota. Thanks for mentioning that. Oh, God, Mike, I hope you won't die at WrestleMania. Think about sitting there for 7 hours, even 5 hours sitting there must be brutal. Yeah, hopefully I do get through it. But again, I'm going, even if the show's not that great, I am going for just the experience of WrestleMania itself. AJ's title run was good. Had its times where I felt like, it was like, okay, it's starting a little old, but it was still worth having to get that long title run. My rants are better than Raw. I hope you will have an awesome time at Mania. I hope so too. Mania Mike. LOL sounds just like a nickname. Yeah, Mania Mike. Let's roll with that one. I love that one, Larry. Authors of Pain need Paul Ellering back. I agree. Authors of P. No. LOL. Go, Mike, go. Mike snaps. That's epic. Thank you, guys. I'm surprised Authors of Pain didn't drop Drake Maverick after he cost him the titles. Just wait. They'll do that months down the line. It's like, oh, he's still here. Let's just split them up now, just for no reason, which would make sense to do now, but Authors of Pain are still relevant now. They are pretty much. Constipated Corbin. Larry loved that. Your wrestling names are hilarious. I love. We all come up with pretty good wrestling nicknames. I agree. Dakota, like your idea, but would call them goddesses of wrestling or GOW. Oh yeah, Mandy and Peyton, GOW, the goddess of wrestling. That sounds absolutely glorious. Oh, that's right. He's not so glorious anymore. But it still sounds glorious indeed. Did you also know Edge has almost 2 times as many titles at second place? I kind of figured he did because he got pretty much everything. I love Fun of Mania, most champions. That's the best go there for experience for sure. Mixed match challenge, yeah, was pretty terrible as well. Mae Young Classic, though, was good. I agree, Mark. Let's get to the top 10, the top 5 worst now, my least favorites of the year. Number 5, the booking of Bobby Lashley. What was the point of bringing back Bobby Lashley? Now, I was excited for Bobby Lashley to come back. And instead of just booking him like, a big dominating force that could have been the one also to dethrone Brock Lesnar, they bring him back. He doesn't talk for weeks. The only thing he talks about, the first thing is his sisters. And he has a feud with Sami Zayn, which all we got was, Sammy, good to see you again, buddy. After how many weeks we heard Sami Zayn go on and on about absolute nonsense that made no sense, trying to expose the real Bobby Lashley from Bobby's sisters and making fun of Bobby's Instagram posts that did absolutely nothing, as Bobby came out smiling all the time going, Sammy, it's good to see you again, buddy. Want to have a match at Money to Bank? And then the obstacle course, just all of that, just for like not even a 5-minute squash match for Bobby Lashley getting the win. Then he goes on to a feud with Roman Reigns, which, be honest, that was his best stuff. Bobby Lashley's best material this year was when he worked with Roman Reigns. And he beat Roman Reigns clean at Extreme Rules. But the next night on Raw, there's 2 triple threats. The winners will meet each other, and the winner of that match will face Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns beat Bobby Lashley, just like that. They shake hands. They're good buddies now. We get along very good. And then Roman goes on to beat Brock, and Bobby Lashley just goes back down to catering and botching the heck out of Rockin' Robin, and then eventually turning heel. Thought it would help him, but to me, it's done nothing besides, he's out there showing off his muscles and showing off his ass, and it's just absolutely embarrassing. If I was him, I would have left as soon as they literally gave him that win, and then gave Roman the win right back, just completely wiping out that win like it meant nothing. If I was Bobby Lashley, I would have left. I feel so bad for how bad this man's been booked. His time back in WWE, a waste of freaking time, which is why this is my number 5 on this list is Bobby Lashley's booking. Number 4, the booking of Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, God. This was supposed to be a big year for Shinsuke Nakamura in the WWE. He won the Royal Rumble. But after that, they just did not book him like he was a serious threat to AJ Styles at all whatsoever. Remember, for weeks, all we got was, I will beat you at WrestleMania. That's all we got. We didn't dig deep at all in that freaking story for the dream match that we all wanted. That was okay, but nowhere close to what we expected. Nowhere close to the instant classic we got in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Nowhere. So the match happens and Styles wins. Like, okay, Shinsuke was not ready to be champion for sure anyways. They turn Shinsuke heel, and then the feud is just based around just Nakamura constantly striking AJ where the sun does not shine, making him the king of low blows instead of the king of strong style. The artist known as Shinsuke Nakamura became just an absolute joke. And that ending to the match at Backlash, a no disqualification match when both of them kicked each other right in the balls and they both went down for a tag count. It's awful. So then the last man stand match of Money in the Bank was pretty good, but of course Shinsuke didn't win. They put the U.S. title on him. Just had an abysmal and a forgettable run that he was barely on there. He only defended the title 6 times over 156 days. July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay, once a month, fair share, but he did absolutely nothing as United States champion. Nothing. At this point, where is he at next? He has driven himself down towards the ground. It's nothing. Where else do you have to go? There's no way I want to see him win the Royal Rumble this year. As I keep saying, the problem was NXT just built him up so strong. Made him feel like a megastar. Made him feel like a Japanese god. That it was just nowhere on the level of the main roster could put him at. And it's brought him down so low this year that at the beginning of the year, you were thinking this is going to be the year he was going to win the championship. He was becoming the new face of SmackDown Live. And instead, he becomes, just a heel going around going, Sabe, no speak English. Just being nothing now. That's why my number 4 for my least favorites is the booking of Shinsuke Nakamura. And also, as I must say also, well, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's number 4. But there's no one's booking of a single superstar that I felt that they did not capitalize on. They should have capitalized on this year. And now, even though I just got his t-shirt for Christmas, I will say that I feel that, WWE just already missed the opportunity just to capitalize on him. Number 3 is the booking of Braun Strowman. Strowman came in this year, just getting through a feud with Kane and Brock Lesnar. He eliminated everybody in the Elimination Chamber match except for one, Roman Reigns. And afterwards, he throws Roman through the pot, and it leads to nothing, and in fact, making it look like Braun Strowman's just a sore loser. They gave him a consolation prize again with the tag titles, and then they put the Universal. Which they put the Universal on him. They gave him the Money in the Bank briefcase. The mic of Mike is falling apart, guys. It's making me sad now. But they give him the Money in the Bank briefcase just for him to fail a cash in because, first off, the Shield stopped him from doing it. But then again, Braun turns heel because of it because they can't make Roman the heel. They had to make Braun the freaking heel. And then they had the match at Hell in a Cell where Brock Lesnar interferes and gives a Hell in a Cell match, no contest. Then Roman gets sick. They turn Braun back into being a babyface. And then they just, instead of just putting the title on Braun, they give it back to Brock. Once again, a slap in the face. Making it look like, okay, Braun Strowman can dominate everything, but the moment he gets to the biggest moment, the top of the mountain, he cannot stay up on that mountain. He never capitalizes where he gets there. Going through that same cycle over and over and over and over and over again to the point where we can't take it seriously anymore. We can't. And, I don't blame people for not, caring as much about Braun Strowman anymore because he's just not capitalizing on the big moments. And it's not his fault. It's the WWE's fault. So I really think, their last chance is to put the title on him at Royal Rumble. They probably will not. I say the title right now. They probably will not pull the trigger and put the title on Strowman at the Rumble. They should, but to me, that's their final chance. At this point, we have McIntyre and Rollins who are ready to be Universal Champions. I'm sure other people will be ready as well. But Braun Strowman's time may have passed. Unless they put him on SmackDown. But of course, I'll talk about that, of course, when I talk about some of my predictions for 2019 tomorrow during the day. But that is number 3, of course, the booking of Braun Strowman. Number 2, you're in. You're pissed off. They have a P in their name. You know what that means? They like to pay. They like to pay. This is A-O-P. Vince, this isn't funny. This was not funny. The freaking piss jokes piss me off. And I can't say piss anymore without feeling annihilated because Vince McMahon just made it look Survivor Series. Tag team champion versus tag team champions, the Bar and Authors of Pain. Sound like a pretty good physical match, huh? No. You have Drake Maverick, again, who was just lovable, just the best general manager for 205 Live to really bring that show off the ground in general, and just to throw him all of a sudden with a heel tag team, which made no sense. But then it looked like, Authors of Pain were just, two big men that, were just meant to look dangerous. And you had Drake Maverick just, being a manager, just, a couple times backstage, you'd see the Authors of Pain, grabbing on the people trying to, beat them down. And Maverick like, whoa, guys, save for the ring. Save it for the ring. And then all of a sudden, Maverick himself starts pulling off heel tactics. So that made me angry. And then what makes me angry? We fast forward to Survivor Series now. I swear, this may have now been the only reason why the Big Show was paired with the Bar. Just to have him squeeze the crap out of little Drake Maverick. And for Drake Maverick to piss his pants. And then we see this god-awful segment the next day with Mimic Catering. And Drake Maverick can't walk anywhere without anyone making any pee or piss jokes. The one that still made me angry the most, that sounded so ridiculous, that made Bobby Roode and Chad Gable sound like the most little children at age 40 and 30-some years old, is the fact they laughed at him for saying, "You're in trouble." Because it sounded like you're saying, "You're in." It was not funny. It was embarrassing. It's just several of my friends, of course, I've said how many times there have been several segments or matches they've seen over the past few years in this PG era that just have Vince doing cheap toilet humor, not for our entertainment, for his own ass's entertainment. And there's these segments that, like, you're just embarrassed to be a fan of wrestling. Where it's, the old day. Or, it's Jinder Mahal making fun of Shinsuke's faces too. Bobby Lashley and Sami Zayn segments. This, to me, took the cake. This is just an absolute embarrassment. You have two big men who is having a feud based around their manager, who is a heel on one show, a babyface on another, and all he's known for is peeing his pants. That's why it was called AOP. And yet Drake Maverick was embarrassed about it, but then he goes on to take Bobby Roode's robe and pee on it in a freaking toilet. And they show him doing it. Just awful. Made Authors of Pain look bad. Made, Drake Maverick just look terrible. And yes, 205 Live is still good, but it just makes him look like a complete hypocrite, and it makes absolutely no freaking sense. Just terrible. And in my opinion, one of the worst things for me from 2018. It's not the worst thing, though, because my number one for least favorite things is Four Little Liars that came out, which I hate to say because that is their characters. Well, here's the thing. Their characters plus the real life Vince McMahon is a liar. So they start off the story with apparently, they're now blaming Constable Corbin for how bad Raw had been. Okay? They bring back, they said there's a big groundbreaking announcement coming from Vince McMahon. Just come back and say that, they're running the show behind the scenes as always. Now they're going to be running the show live on TV also. We're the authority now. We're in charge of making, things happen. Then why has nothing been happening? When was the last time you saw do a fan voting poll to vote for a stipulation of a match or an opponent or what champion someone should go after or whatnot? We have not gotten involved at all in no way or another. We're still getting the same matches every single freaking week. The 6-woman tag matches are going absolutely nowhere. The same people are getting the same exact opportunities. And even on SmackDown Live, it did not need to happen. They didn't need to make a single freaking change to SmackDown just to randomly have Paige relieved of her duties. And now we have AJ Styles punching Vince McMahon in the face. Like, what the hell is going on with that? The biggest lie and showing that, WWE, yeah, they admit their show sucks, but also showing that, they're nothing but big hypocrites, liars, money whores, big egos. They will tell us whatever they want, and they think we're that stupid to believe them. We're smart enough to just not believe them anymore. And that is why that announcement was my number one for my least favorite things in WWE in 2018. So far we've got number 10. Well, for least favorites, we got the growth of glorified house shows. 9 was the Shield reunion. 8 is dual pay-per-views. 7 is lack of depth. 6 is the Universal Championship booking. 5 is Lashley's booking. 4 is Nakamura's booking. 3 is Strowman's booking. 2 is the piss jokes. And 1, the McMahon's taking over the show. And I will be right back really quick, guys. I am just going to get a quick drink of water. I will be back in just a minute. We're back. Take a quick drink of water and freshen up, but let's check the chat of live. Live chat, chat of live. Live chat, chat of live. Hoop of baskets, chat of live. Mic of Mike, chat of live. Card of gift, chat of live. Bottle of water, chat of live, which it's empty. That's why I didn't drink from this. R of V, it's a VR. Chat of live. GPS, PSG, I don't know. Chat of live. Tree of Christmas, chat of live. Okay, it's getting annoying now. Let me check the live chat and see what we got here in this list. Let me see here. We've got some stuff going on. Let me see here. I believe we were we're right here. With the code saying we can form a faction with Mandy, Alexa, Peyton, and Tony Storm. That's a good four women's stable. I agree, Dakota. Mae Classic was definitely great. The real women's evolution. I hope they have a third one as well. See some other people get opportunities as well. And I'm hoping I'm trying to bring Tegan Knox to come back also to dethrone Rhea Ripley. That would be a great story, I think, for Tegan Knox's return. On a very special channel, you're not allowed to call him Bobby Lashley. He will forever be Bobby Trashley. Oh, yeah. Lashley! 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 No. Almost knocked off Santa off my tree here. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure they will continue with the mixed Mae Young Classic. Good. What's up, Jay? Thanks for joining us. Can't wait for them to turn Bobby Roode heel. He's better as a heel for sure. But of course, once again, with how low they've gone with him, will a heel turn even save him at this point? Honestly, hey Jay, my fellow JD listener, come join our wrestling rants in the chat, Jay, for sure. If they do, Larry, I can't wait to see who they get. Knock America, that sucked. Lashley sucks as both face and a heel. Honestly, it's true. It's flat out true. I'm sorry. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Which he will be about one of my positives, of course. We get to the good list, and of course, Larry's saying, "Sawe no speak English." I heard Trash was a total badass as a heel in TNA and her Impact, which I heard too. Mike and Live Chat question is, do you think Vince told Styles Nakamura was told to not overshadow Lesnar and Reigns? It wouldn't surprise me, honestly, if he did tell him to do so. Really, Styles and Nakamura should have been a WrestleMania main event match. That means the very last match of the show. It should have been, but nope. Like you said, they probably didn't want it to, overdo Reigns and Lesnar, which is absolutely ridiculous. Impact books people better. It sounds like it. Hard to imagine since he's been a total joke in WWE this year. Exactly. Lashley was a dominant world champion in Impact. Even Impact can book better stuff than WWE, which is sad. I don't see WWE having any plans for Nakamura's contract comes up in March, and I won't be surprised if he walks, which I wouldn't be surprised either. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if we went back to New Japan again with how bad he's been booked. I mean, I think the only thing, I would like to see, the last thing I want to see from Nakamura right now is a match with Daniel Bryan. That's the only thing I want to see from him. Like, they just wore him down that bad that I just don't care about him anymore. And it's just absolutely sad. We've got Lauren. What's up, Lauren? Impact is just as unwatchable as WWE, but it has been better. I did hear SmackDown was in Pittsburgh tonight, but I didn't get to go. I had other things to do. Nakamura done said he won't go back to New Japan. Interesting. That's very interesting for sure. Larry's answer to the question, I could see that. Wouldn't be surprised if Vince told them not to overshadow them for sure. Impact is awful. They get less views on YouTube than anything. Oh, geez. Matter of fact, RH New Japan do better bookings than WWE. Oh, anyone does. Wrestle Talk gets more views than Impact, apparently. Wow. I hate Wrestle Talk, but Ollie and Luke had their fun moments in their Wrestle Ramble. My favorite moment from Wrestle Talk this year was when when it was Ollie. It was I think it was in one of the Wrestle Talks where they talked about the John Cena and Nikki Bella splitting up. It started with those kids playing the piano, and he was like a parody of Last Christmas, except he went, "Last Sunday we got new tag champs, but the very next day Vince took them away. Because Nick's only 10 years old, he had to go back to school." Just kidding on the last part, but no, that was one of my favorite introductions that Wrestle Talk did this year. That was funny. Shout out to Ollie Davis for that. It's Braun's fault he doesn't give Vince a reach around like Brock. Brock has to be doing something behind the scenes. Who knows what he's doing behind the scene? Brock in order to get the things with the. Oh yeah, you're in. Kevin Dunn, is that you? I like how you said that, Jay. That's a good one. It's AOP. Okay, screw it. Screw that name again. Should we just offers a payment? Nope, AOP. Why don't they just start labeling them on the match package as AOP? No, Dakota. No. Don't literally let them AOP. No, please do not. It'd be pathetic. Survivor Series 6-1 for sure. But why would the fans want to jump on the AOPP bandwagon? What is that makes AOP special on the main roster? Seriously, now Vince destroyed them for sure. Yeah, this Roode and Gable team is just stupid for sure. I agree. Vince not wanting Ellering because he's too old. That comes from Vince McMahon. Well, Vince, you're too old, my friend. Again, you better get your ass out of that chair and let Triple H sit right down in front of it. And having both you and Triple H understand that you guys are running this show is not going to make us believe that Triple H is running this show. If you're trying to sabotage him by doing this, then you suck. You suck. You suck. Okay, I'm getting a little too crazy here. Hey guys, I met you all this year. This was crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe. Just kidding. I've been pulling that one off lately. I don't know why, that little joke lately. Just like people keep saying, it's so hot in here. I'm like, hey, that's because I'm in the room, guys. Chicks dig me. Just kidding. Just kidding. Chicks do not dig me. Anyways, just some random ESPN alert. Someone should start it. Please retire Vince Move or something. Enough is enough, guys, for sure. How low must we sink? I don't know. Or if you want to say, how low can you go? How low can you go? I'm trying to find it on my share. Okay. How low can you go? How low can you go? How low can you go? And this is, I guess, the lowest that I can go in this chair. But we're going to get back up the height here. I'm just a little sort of my old chair. But we're good now. All right, here. Let's see what else we got here. When wrestling has changed and Vince doesn't get it for sure. Yeah. Sorry to cover this one. They did that to Paige because she needed off to focus on that new movie so she can promote it. Fighting with My Family. Oh, I forgot about that. So okay, but hopefully they'll bring her back in some type of role for sure. I need to do it again, even if it's old. I'm just a sexy girl. Sexy girl. I'll make your ankle hurt. Ankle hurt. Also, Vince has the final say on everything. SmackDown has been good because of Vince. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that. Raw's been terrible because of Vince, which is, again, is still weird. Dance break. Holy shit, Mike. WWE is driving us all insane for awesome. Mike is high tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, all I did was eat 2 chicken sandwiches for dinner, and I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm high, but I'm pumped and energetic. Unlike the past few days, I had a cold for the past couple of days. I know. Anyone knows what I mean. A certain wrestler who loves to play. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. Or with her accent, I find it funny. Instead of saying, come play with Nikki, sometimes she's saying, come play with Nucky. Come play with Nucky. I know. I love Nikki Cross. Hopefully, WWE doesn't ruin her on the main roster, just like the rest of her buddies. Let's see here. Favorite Elias's song that because Bobby Lashley sucks. Because Bobby Lashley sucks. Lashley was actually decent in Impact, but not now for sure. I know that sounds wrong, but I hope guys like Aleister Black, Gargano, Ciampa get called up when Vince is dead. That sounds harsh, but you know you do kind of feel that that'd be true. And always, I'm entertained in Raw. The Thanksgiving feast fight and the Miracle on 34th Street fight, always terrible for sure. Get your ass out of your own company, Vince. Yes. The Elias Christmas Carol again was good one, but again, the match itself was just pointless. You got any more, Vince? Ooh, sick old bastard. Nice one, Larry. Wait. I'm the one who's drinking Red Bull right now, and Mike is going crazy. Life is crazy, for sure. I haven't had anything to drink tonight, guys. Well, besides water, which I drank a lot because of, you know, it's really dry at work. But, jeez. Let's see here. Paige is going to become a SmackDown Live commentator as a heel. That's actually kind of interesting. Not really a heel, kind of like Renee. I guess that would be a bad idea, actually. Is Gargano a heel or still a face who is confused and he is going to dethrone Ciampa over WrestleMania weekend? I still don't know where they're going with Gargano. And to me, I thought when they did have him and Ciampa, you know, kind of like, you know, do a thing together with DIY, I thought yes, but then at the same time, it looks like Gargano like was kind of showing like some resistance still to it. Like yeah, he did it, but he showed like, you know, he's still like, you know, oh my goodness, why did I do this and whatnot. So again, I'm just waiting for that moment to pull trigger and say, okay, Johnny Gargano is heel. But you know, honestly, I gotta say, if Johnny, you know, goes with, you know, the idea that Ciampa pitched, and that's him going after the NXT North American Championship with Ricochet. So I gotta say he's just about fully cemented his heel turn, I gotta say. But again, it's not gonna last long. It for sure is not gonna last long. But when will that happen? Could it be in NXT? Could it be on the main roster when he finally turns on Ciampa again? I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. Remember that tweet I sent you that was bad about Raw's commentary team? Oh, don't remind me, man. Not the typical heel, just taking a walk on the dark side for some time. Because, guys, you know, I'm kind of starting to like it. You know? Sometimes you got to play a little dirty. Some people make a big fuss whenever I did something evil. They say that no man is ever truly good. No man is ever truly evil. But let me tell you guys something. Once again, kind of starting to like it. That was still one of my favorite promos this year for sure. Let's see here. Mike doesn't want to say Gargano and heel in the same sentence. He realized that. I totally understand that. Again, you know, I'm not going to say, you know, like Gargano's not heel, but to me, it feels like even though, you know, he's turned to that dark side again, it just doesn't feel like, you know, he's still like kind of shown some signs of like, you know, oh, what am I doing here? But he's just embracing it more. But I still feel like he hasn't like hit the high note yet with it, just in my opinion. But he's just like just about there. I still feel, as I keep saying. The new 2-man power trip for sure. I'm still the hero of the end of the story, which makes me think he is using Ciampa, which, you know, obviously, you know, feels like he's got to play Ciampa's mind game first also before he gets there. But, you know, thanks for the live chat, guys. Let's get to, of course, the best stuff now. I love this year. Again, my top 10 favorite things from WWE in 2018. Let's go with that. Number 10, this is actually a personal one, and I wish he was in the live chat. The invention of Robbie One Kenobi's ice cream bars. Now, of course, I must also say Robbie's, hashtag he got started trending, towards the end of last year, of course, and in this year, of course, with the hashtag please sign Robbie trend, the fantasy bookings. I still thought that card and story he telling he had for the Evolution predicted match card was gold. It was absolutely glorious. It was gold. Like literally listening to Robbie, share the story throughout that card, literally made me feel like I was literally watching a big show. Well, it's a big show. No, not that. But it made me feel like I wanted to see this all happen. But of course, I had to give my number 10 to Robbie's ice cream bar flavors, which I lost the list, but I wish you could hear it. But man, gotta say, being singles feels very good when you're able to literally just look at these female superstars and not feel like, oh, I'm checking out someone else, but I don't want to feel my significant other feel like, I'd rather have them over me and whatnot, but this, just seeing, those names for, just those women, just really, give an insight about the creativity behind the mind of Obi-Wan Kenobi, of course, with, when it comes to, ice cream flavors. But in all seriousness, though, once again, as always, Robbie always has a ton of great ideas he has pitched, through his fantasy bookings. And I know WWE will not pull the trigger on most of them, but to me, it's just absolutely amazing, what that guy can come up with. And again, he has to get into WWE. WWE needs to take him in. Throw Vince, throw Road Dogg, throw Kevin out of the freaking chairs and let Triple H and Robbie sit down. And even Shawn Michaels who works with NXT also, and let them just absolutely take over. Because Vince McMahon, for you, would be game over when the game fully takes over the company. But number 10 is Obi-Wan Kenobi's ice cream flavors. Number 9, the rise of Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre, of course, missed the first couple months of the year after suffering that torn bicep or tricep, whatever heck of his injury he had, went at the NXT Takeover War Games 1 pay-per-view, and he came up on Raw as, a tag team with Dolph Ziggler, which was interesting because, helped, give Ziggler something to do, but it helped elevate McIntyre in the long run. And, he was definitely underutilized and not used well his first run of the company, but he went away, reinvented himself, became somebody that the WWE wanted, and just need just one last little polish or just a brief little run in NXT. But he was obviously ready for the main roster, but, just give him something else to do just to, brighten him up a little bit. And he's on the main roster. He's got the look. He's got the microphone skills. He's got the wrestling ability. He looks like a big, dangerous man that can, even pull off a babyface run if they wanted to as well. And I think, they've moved him at the right pace, used the right people to help put him over. And, I think he's definitely one of the several favorites to win the 2019 Royal Rumble match and to probably dethrone either Brock or Braun at WrestleMania 35. And I think, at some point in 2019, Drew McIntyre needs to be a world champion, probably on Raw. He'll probably, a Universal Champion on Raw. And even if, he wants to drop it to, Seth Rollins before that. I'm still waiting to see those two have like a pay-per-view match. They've had a bunch of, solid matches on Raw and whatnot, but I think, they could put on a solid pay-per-view match if given the opportunity. He's ready, and this year was just a great start to build towards that main event spot that he has deserved for how many years. That's why my number 9 is the rise of Drew McIntyre. Number 8, despite the fact that I was ranting earlier on the Shield reunion, I still felt the Dean Ambrose heel turn was done perfectly. Because, of course, I've said before, yes, we all have our heels we cheer for. there's times when a heel turn has happened, we cheer for, because we're more so saying like WWE finally decided to have the guts to pull the trigger. Although sometimes at that point it's too late, and it doesn't feel point. It doesn't feel like it's on point anymore. But the Dean Ambrose heel turn, I still feel should have happened as soon as Ambrose returned. When he returned the Monday Night Raw before SummerSlam, or if it could have happened at SummerSlam as well. I thought at first, I had that huge hunch it could have happened in the Iron Man match at Extreme Rules, having Ambrose cost Rollins the title. Well, a shot at regaining the title. But remember, rematch clauses, are not automatic anymore. You got to earn them again. Bullshit to that. But of course they did it the night that Roman Reigns turned heel. I mean, wow. Roman Reigns turned heel. That's never gonna happen, guys. But the night that Roman Reigns had the relinquished title of his leukemia. So they had a tag title match later on that show in the main event, and they dedicated it to their friend Roman Reigns. They win the match, and just so you know, it's been an emotional night. An emotion struck high. You're happy for them that they were able to do it for Roman, but then Dean just ruins the whole party by just turning on Seth Rollins and just going absolutely nuts. Of course, hasn't really quite hit it out of the ballpark, and their match at TLC was not that good. I hate to say, it just obviously, the feud's definitely continuing, even though the rematch clauses are not there. I'm pretty sure Seth Rollins is going to find some way to get his hands back on Dean Ambrose. Stupid, this thing's falling apart. But my opinion, again, if Seth Rollins is not the one to dethrone Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 35, which has got to happen, do not, under any circumstances, have Brock Lesnar walk out of WrestleMania 35 as the Universal Champion. I'm going to repeat one more time right into the face of this camera. That way Vince can hear me loud and clear. Do not have Brock Lesnar walk out of WrestleMania 35 as the Universal Champion. It can be Braun Strowman. It can be Seth Rollins. It can be Drew McIntyre. It can be Baron Corbin for all I care. It could be AJ Styles if they want to put him on Raw doing it for all I care. It could be anyone but Brock Lesnar. You got that, Vince? You got it. But again, if Rollins is not facing Lesnar WrestleMania 35, then no doubt about it, he's got to face Ambrose in 3 stages of hell. Book it for WrestleMania 35. That match will be awesome. But the heel turn was done like at the right moment to, as I said before, what makes a heel even so great is the fact that they're able to generate legitimate heat. Like they're able to make the crowd hate you. Like Daniel Bryan, has been able to make the crowd hate him, and he's been killing it as a heel so far in his first month or so as a heel, being the the environmental psycho, fickle. But yeah, that is my number 8 on this list. Now, it would have been higher, of course, if they would, done better with this heel run so far. But so far, once again, they haven't. Number 7, though, is about Seth Rollins. How Seth Rollins this year, I felt, became a true babyface. Because, let's face it, when Seth Rollins returned from his knee injury in 2016, he had all the sympathy in the world. They made that, 24 special, making us love Seth Rollins. I mean, yeah, he was already talented before him, but they made him get a huge reaction coming back. And instead, They brought him back as a freaking heel when all they had to do was pull off the double turn. Seth Rollins just had to admit that he was much more popular with the fans than Roman Reigns. Even the match at Money in the Bank, which is a great match between Rollins and Reigns at Money in the Bank 2016, the night where all three members of the Shield held the World Heavyweight title. Roman Reigns like he was being the bully in that match. And then, of course, Rollins would eventually finally turn face after Triple H turns on him. But once again, why should we feel bad for Rollins when he literally just crapped on us? So then over time, he started, he made amends with Roman Reigns, didn't, go well with that. But then Triple H really just finally opens up and just admits to Seth Rollins, that, hey, you just weren't the guy I thought you were. And, you couldn't handle all the pressure and your knee gave out. So I just decided you were no longer my guy anymore, pretty much. To the beatdown from Samoa Joe, who re-injured Seth's knee. Seth went back, of course, and, got back, fought hard and strong to get back for the match, WrestleMania 33, and beat Triple H. Yes, he kind of went a little irrelevant for a while. Even when he was in the tag title hunt, he just gave him something to do. He wasn't really that big yet. But this year, once he got out of the tag title picture, he just mentioned how he wants to be Seth freaking Rollins, Monday Night Rollins. And he started that by his brilliant marathon performance in the gauntlet match, where he beat both Roman Reigns and John Cena clean. Of course, he was in the Elimination Chamber match. He had a great match at WrestleMania 34, the opener with him, Balor, and Miz. A great IC title match. He has a great series of matches with Finn Balor, The Miz. Was the last weren't bad. Once was Dolph Ziggler. Could have been better, but they weren't bad either. It's just we saw the match how many freaking times in the Pittsburgh crowd took over them. 3, 2, 1. Pissed me off that night. Oh, sorry, I can't say that word anymore. But then he kind of lost momentum again towards the end of the year, with the Shield reunion, and then the match with Ambrose kind of being a big wet fart at TLC. But for the first time, really, Seth Rollins felt like he was a true babyface, and he became that big star, the man himself on Raw, not the man like Becky Lynch, but the man, the guy, the biggest babyface, the biggest hero on Raw. And you know what? If they want to put him in Roman Reigns' spot, pretty much, since Roman Reigns is gone, God bless them, because they have built Seth Rollins to get to that spot. He's the guy, people can get behind. They want to see him, lead this division, be the man to be the guy to, slay the beast if that's the case that happens. Be the Universal Champion. Just be, just that guy putting on excellent matches. Seth Rollins won 35 matches this year. 35 matches. More than anyone else on the main roster for sure. And also in 2019. Maybe somewhere later in the year, could we maybe get the match that I want big time with Seth Rollins? Well, besides the 3 stages of hell match with Dean Ambrose. But I still want to see Seth Rollins, AJ Styles. It'd be a hell of a match. But that is my number 7. Seth Rollins becoming a true babyface. The man himself. Number 6. The branching out of 205 Live. Man, did this brand come a long way. From having the walking Chio pet Enzo Amore being Cruiserweight champion at the beginning of this year, to having Drake Maverick taking over before he pissed his pants, and throwing together a 16-man single elimination tournament to crown a new Cruiserweight champion. We saw great performances from the likes of Cedric Alexander, Kalisto, Buddy Murphy, Drew Gulak, Roderick Strong, Mustafa Ali. so many names that were given opportunities for this Cruiserweight Championship tournament, and it would show the positive direction that 205 Live was finally heading in because a guy named Triple H took over that show. Even after the championship tour was over, he developed, great stars in Drew Gulak, Mustafa Ali, Buddy Murphy for sure, who came out of absolutely nowhere. Hideo Itami being a physical specimen of his own. Even when they just brought back Arya Daivari after Survivor Series, and he is now starting to draw my eyes because he doesn't feel like the Kurt Hawkins of the Cruiserweight division anymore. He actually feels like something that could do some good work on this brand. It's the most improved brand to me, in my opinion, and I'm glad these guys are finally getting the opportunity it deserves. And also, guys like Mustafa Ali is getting opportunities now on SmackDown. Lucha House Party, despite the bad booking, is getting opportunities on Raw. I wish they were booked better, but they're actually letting these people do more than just the Cruiserweight division. Let's do the same for Cedric Alexander, by the way. And someday Buddy Murphy. But stuff like this happens where, you know what? I'd be more than happy now to see Finn Balor have a feud for the Cruiserweight Championship, or Sami Zayn, or Rey Mysterio, people who I know that you can go into the Cruiserweight division, but there is a way you can come out. It's possible to happen now. So it took, a big leap in, where it should be this year. And that is why it is my number 6 for one of my favorite things of 2018. Live chat. Let's see what we got here. Let me see what we've got here. I think we were here. Those 2 chicken sandwiches are taking over Mike. Haha, I think so. And they all love it. No, I am not drunk. Trust me, guys. I have never been drunk in my life. I drink, beer here and there. I drink some wine, but I never attempted to get drunk. That's just not me. But trust me, you'll never see me drunk. Well, on alcohol at least. Inside JD's Kevin Dunn voice here. Insert the Beaver. All hail Ciampa for sure, as he pretty much is, been the king of it. You silly rabbit. Tricks are Kevin. Fuck dude. Done. Yeah, silly rabbit. Tricks for a kid. Then again, I'm 25 years old and I still eat tricks. No, don't judge. New comic book idea. Kevin Dunn as Beaver Boy. Boy. Mike is making the Who proud today, destroying stuff in this room for sure. He didn't hear you, Mike. 3 stages of hell. First of all, wrestling match, which would be all right. Street fight and the last Hell in a Cell would be awesome. Fickle for sure, Larry. Drew has been booked good on the main roster, not permanent, but better than most NXT guys who get called up and wasted. Him and Ziggler being paired was a great decision. They complement each other very well for sure. And then they broke them up. Yeah, as Jay would say. Exactly. Now Dolph's back to nothing. Seth Rollins is the purest babyface on the roster for sure. Drew looks awesome on the main roster. You can see that he should be the guy for sure. But it's sad here that Rollins is not the big superstar for them because I'm pretty sure the fans think otherwise. Oh, yeah, because WWE has to take control of that. Jay doesn't think it's Drew's time now, though. It's Rollins' time, but trust me, by the end of 2019, Drew will be a world champion, which, I agree. Again, even if Drew doesn't get WrestleMania, I'm sure like SummerSlam, Survivor Series, like sometime by then, Drew will be champion. So that would definitely be great and fresh. I could see it too. But I'm concerned about everything Rollins. WWE fucked him up over big time. It's all because of the Roman agenda. No disrespect to Joe Aniwai for sure. I think WWE held Rollins back big time. They don't see him as the number 1 guy. I still think 205 Live should be scrapped, and they should showcase him on Raw to use that extra third hour, which would be fine. But once again, be back in Vince's control, though. And, maybe go back to just be like, just a bootleg, character-driven show when they should be just about, yes, having some character to them, but again, being more focused on just the wrestling aspect. So I get it, taking over the third hour of Raw for sure. But again, they'd be back in Vince's hands and they wouldn't be booked as well, in my opinion. Just make Raw 2 hours again for sure. Rollins isn't the purest babyface. If you go to the entire roster, it's Hardy and Mysterio. I'd still say Jeff because Ray has had a short stint as a heel back in WCW. I never knew that. 205 Live is definitely underrated. Also, the problem is the crowd is in front of. Again, nobody at all, everybody's usually, it's before the show starts or it's after a long show and the crowd's not into it. Honestly, as I keep saying, put it in front of a Full Sail crowd. I am pretty sure they would get a ton of reactions there with how much the show has improved. Yeah, I heard about Rollins being a jerk too, but I don't believe it either. I don't think so. Again, my thing is when I've read stories about some superstars that say, oh, I tried to meet this superstar, but they were a jerk to me. Well, most of the time, it sounded like it was at some words like, they just don't want to be bothered right now. Like, I'm sure, not every superstar wants to walk to the airport, have to sign autographs. They have places to get to, they have autograph sessions for people to sign them at. So it's like, yes, I'm sure some of them have been, jerks to them, but most of it's like, I'm sorry, but, I don't want to do this right now. That's my opinion. Yes, yeah, I know some of them are for real jerks, but I don't think Seth is. But let's get back to my list. As speaking of meeting superstar, my number 5 comes from back earlier this year in, I think, January 21st. Let's check, the calendar really quick here. Let's go back to January of 2018. That's December of 2017. January 1st, 2018. I believe it was Saturday, January 20th, 2018. The World of Wheels Convention at the David L. Lawrence Convention Center in downtown Pittsburgh. 2016, I went to it because I wanted to get Daniel Bryan's autograph, which again, it was originally supposed to be Seth Rollins there that day, but because of his injury, he was replaced by Daniel Bryan. And that was 2 weeks before Daniel Bryan announced his retirement. And it was actually the day after he found out that he needed to retire. So again, I still felt that was a blessing because again, there was all the snow that night. I didn't think I was going to be able to meet him, but I still did. And now, of course, he's back wrestling again. 2017, it was AJ Styles while he was champion. This year, who was it? Well, I will share the photo, but this year, the WWE superstar I got to meet at the World of Wheels Convention is Kurt Angle. As you can see the photo here, guys, it might be a little bit backwards, but this is the photo of Kurt Angle and myself when I met him at the World Wheels Convention earlier this year. He came, of course, out to the "You Suck" chants, definitely, and he cracked up and seemed to really appreciate it. I took this old encyclopedia, which I actually got a newer WWE encyclopedia for Christmas this year, which has a lot of the newer stars. But I took this old encyclopedia that I got from my good friend Daniel Gaiza from a couple years ago. And I had him sign his part in the encyclopedia as well. And when I met Brian, I pretty much told him I was a huge fan. I really liked his documentary of Just Say Yes, 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 which he signed that. When I went to see AJ Styles, my friend was sick. He wasn't able to come. So I took I got the photo, I gave my friend the autographed DVD that Styles signed. And for Kurt Angle, of course, for Styles, I had to say something quick, my friend can make it, but he said, hi, I think you're phenomenal. And I also got to wish him good luck and shake his hand and say, take care, bud, and whatnot. I wish, Brian was nice to me also. But for when I met Kurt Angle, though, again, him and I kind of had a little one-on-one talk because I felt I was able to tell him that my favorite match that he had say is my favorite still is his match with Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 21. He was telling me how he loved that match. So he says I really gave it to Shawn that match, and I was pretty much telling him how I really like the storytelling in that match, especially with the ankle lock. being on Michaels for like 7 minutes, working to really get him to tap out. So I thought that was just an amazing moment. Says, I definitely agree. And then I even got to tell you it was nice to meet him. And I even told him again, congratulations on making the Hall of Fame again. And he was very thankful for me saying that, of course, as always. But that was definitely, an awesome moment, a moment that I'll never forget cherishing. I got to have like a real, one-on-one chat with Kurt Angle, pretty much talking about one of my favorite matches with him. Of course, then we hit stop for the share screen. Of course, though, actually this year, I checked the other week, the World of Wheels convention is in February this year. And I checked to see which WWE superstar is going to be there next year for me to go meet. And believe it or not, I'll say it this way. My friend and I are going to go out of respect for the man himself. The character may not be booked the way I want to, but for the man himself, Roman Reigns is coming to Pittsburgh this year for the World Wheels Convention for autographs. Now, who knows if for some reason he's not doing well with his leukemia, he may not be able to. But, again, I know I've ranted on the character, how I hate his booking. Yes, with good booking, I think he can be good. But, I want to go out of respect for the man, Joe Anyawai himself. So I'm going to go meet the man behind the character of Roman Reigns, Joe Anyawai, on February 8th. I'll get there in a good amount of time. That way, I will make sure I get the autograph to at least say hello to Roman Reigns and, to Joe Anyawai and, give him his best wishes. But number 5, again, is me getting to meet Kurt Angle earlier this year at the World of Wheels convention back on January 20th, 2018. And, of course, again, I'll be meeting Roman Reigns, if I'm still able to go, that is, unless something comes up, on February 8th, 2019. So I will see him then. But that is my number 5. My number 4. Wow. Oh, I see why I had it sorted. My number 4 for one of my favorite things of the year is the Gargano and Ciampa feud. We've already talked about it before in the live chat. Again, we knew that this from the dead beginning of the year, I had it penciled in to be my feud of the year. And there was nothing stopping me from changing it. This feud, which I thought was only going to last maybe, just, till the summer or whatnot. No, it's still going. It is still going on, people. Starting off with a 9-month build. We just waited when Johnny Gargano was trying to continue on and just, be him and just move on from the Tommaso Ciampa days, but it just kept coming back to him. Then after coming up just short in a classic of a match against Andrade Cien Almas at TakeOver Philadelphia, Ciampa returned with a crutch shot to the back of Johnny. He then costed Johnny a match of his career versus title. Johnny lost his job. Johnny did everything, just hunting down Tommaso Ciampa to give him the revenge he wanted to give him. Led to an unsanctioned match. It was an emotional roller coaster ride classic at NXT TakeOver New Orleans. To Tommaso Ciampa pretty much saying, hey, even though you're here, I'm not going away anytime soon. To their Chicago street fight, which is still my match of the year. The Chicago street fight at TakeOver Chicago, because it had the emotional side to it and it had the brutality in it as well. I know the ending was abrupt. I felt it was played well because it looked like Johnny Gargano, despite the fact he lost control, he had Tommaso Ciampa in the palm of his hand, just like that. The tables turned, and I love that. The last man standing match again was kind of like, again, because originally the last man standing match was supposed to happen at Chicago. But then because Money in the Bank featured a last man standing match, they changed it to the Chicago street fight. And then, of course, the triple threat was supposed to take between Black, Ciampa, and Gargano. But Gargano, we didn't know at the time, took Black out of the match. But still, despite the fact that it was still one-on-one, Gargano lost to the Ciampa. And now he's dealing with the obstacle that got in his way, he claims, in Aleister Black. And now he's just trying to find his way to get back to Tommaso Ciampa and get what was rightfully his, the NXT Championship. And we'll see that happen sometime in 2019. Can't wait to see it. This is a feud that's been going on for a long time, but it's not dragging. It is taking a different turn everywhere we go, and it just has me so invested. And it's showing why Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano are two of the best in the wrestling business right now. So if that, of course, is number 4, what on earth is 3, 2, and 1? Well, number 3 is not just the Ciampa Gargano feud. It's not just Ricochet. It's not just the Undisputed Era. It's not just the Velveteen Dream. It is the entire year of 2018 from NXT. Now, 2015, before this year, was definitely the best year for NXT. 2016 was another really good year, although 2016 and 2017 were, kind of going through some rebuilding stages due to, the brand split returning, and they talk about like 6 superstars from down there. And to say also that, at the time, the talent in NXT was not as stacked. But then I still got to say, from the turn from Tommaso Ciampa at TakeOver Chicago last year, that's where I really thought NXT started to get even on a higher level than it was in 2015. Because from there, we had, the rise of Andrade Cien Almas as well, going from, just a mid-carder to a guy who I think can be a world champion someday. We had, again, Gargano coming in. We had Aleister Black come in and just take over and just go nuts. We had Adam Cole, baby, and the rest of the Undisputed Era. Even Roderick Strong go on a tear for sure. What else? We've had Lars Sullivan develop into a great talent. We've had, the women and Shayna Baszler, Kairi Sane, Candice LeRae, Lacey Evans, Nikki Cross. The tag teams are still down there. Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, the War Raiders. When the Mighty Warriors, Nick Miller just got released. The Street Profits. We have, of course, showings from the UK wrestlers and Pete Dunne and Mustache Mountain. We have the Velveteen Dream. We've got Ricochet, EC3. Just so many stacked names. Again, they literally had to make a mid-card champion for NXT, and it feels necessary. This is no longer just a developmental show. This is a brand that feels important, that they would bring back guys down for special matches here and there, such as Tyler Breeze taking on Ricochet in a very underrated match. A hidden gem for sure for 2018. I'm not going to be able to do one, but if I was able to do a hidden gem for hidden gems, a stream for 2018 match. I'll have the time over the next couple days to do it that fit and won't another extra stream. I'll top the ones I'm doing already. I would definitely list that match as a hidden gem for sure. The storytelling again has just been unreal in NXT this year. The talent is just unreal. And if these guys were all booked, properly on the main roster, the future for WWE would be so bright. It's not even funny. But of course, most of them will probably be ruined on the main roster. But, you can't take away the work that these guys have done in NXT to make it the brand that it is today. And to show that these guys can be big superstars if they're just given the chance to live their full potential. And that's why number 3 is the legendary year of NXT. It's all pay-per-views to be sure got like some type of an A-level grade. They were all that great. With TakeOver Philadelphia probably being the weakest, though, that's still saying something because it was an unreal pay-per-view. But my number 3, again, is the legendary year of NXT. Number 2 is Becky Lynch becoming the man. Becky Lynch, underutilized for so long, ever since she dropped the SmackDown Women's Championship at the end of 2016, to having the feud with Mickie James, to just going basically not relevant at all for so long until she got into Money in the Bank. I mean, yeah, she had a decent performance in the Women's Royal Rumble this year, but Money in the Bank was where things just turned around for Becky. She took some nasty bumps that came up so close to winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, but then she started winning and winning and winning and winning and winning and winning and winning, because wins and losses do matter, Road Dogg. You got a problem? Shut your mouth. Oh, you didn't know? My ass can block you, buddy. and block my ass yet, Road Dogg, but I don't care if you do or not. I'm not going to try to get him to block me because I don't want to give him any attention whatsoever. Anyways, though, so she starts winning. So then she earned a title opportunity at SummerSlam. Well, then Charlotte goes to get a boob fixed. She comes back, and then she out of nowhere gets the opportunity to be added to that match, which she does. So Becky starts showing some frustration. And I'm like, oh, don't turn Becky heel. Don't turn Becky heel. Well, Charlotte screwed Becky in the match, and Becky, turned on Charlotte, but they're trying to make her a heel, one of the more hated women. You were not going to hate Becky Lynch after all she had been through the past 2 years, and then she finally got back to where she deserved it, and then Charlotte, who's got opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, even after she dropped the title and got knocked to the back of the line. A boo job costed her to get moved back up forward to the front of the line and take the title back. So who are you supposed to hate now? And they try to have Becky, trash on the fans saying that they truly never believed in her. That is total bullshit. Yes, a few times they tried making Becky look like a coward, but they end up just making Becky a legitimate badass. Becky Lynch, in a few months, became the women's Stone Cold Steve Austin of the women's era. Again, the moment that made her Austin for sure was when the Raw women invaded. The SmackDown women invaded Raw. That is still my segment of the year, and you will hear me talk about that tomorrow night with the Year in Awards video on Dan Guys' channel. You will hear me talk about that segment. But Becky Lynch, within a few short months this fall, became the hottest act in WWE. And she's not champion right now, but she can do even bigger things in 2019. So doesn't win the Rumble, but we'll see what happens. But my number 2 is Becky Lynch becoming the man. So what does that make my number 1? Well, the guy walks around saying, fickle right now. The yes movement is dead. The old Daniel Bryan is dead. But Daniel Bryan himself still pulled off a miracle this year. Daniel Bryan returned to in-ring competition in the WWE for the first time since, I'd say, sometime in May of 2015. The last match he had was a tag team match with him and John Cena taking on the tag team champions at the time, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, which was a fun match on SmackDown. I remember I watched. But this guy never thought he had a chance to come back. Well, to WWE, that is. Everyone else, was clearing him, but not the WWE doctors based off of his history of concussions, which I get it, but, the guy's still fighting. He wants to wrestle. Yes, I get they don't want to be responsible, but, they could work out something. And they did work out a deal. Pretty much the fact now that after every match, Daniel Bryan has to, of course, first he went to the different doctors that WWE recommended, and they all said, you're cleared. You're cleared. You're good to go. And they came up with this thing where after every match Bryan has, he immediately has to go get evaluated to make sure he didn't get another concussion. If not, he has to pay like a fine or something like that, which I think is a fair deal for him for sure. And he's been obeying that, it sounds like. And of course, he finally received that piece of paper the night before SmackDown. And he finally said, it took a while, but you are cleared. And he finally returned to the ring. And yes, he got a little stuck to a rough start with a few with Big Cass. I know the feud with Miz could have been better, but, it still had its good moments. But again, they still had mileage to go to where he wanted to be heel. And they turned him heel with having his dreams taken over and kicking AJ Styles in the balls. Of course, he had the match with Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series, which in my opinion was probably the best match in the show. It was a great match, and Daniel Bryan made that match great, not Brock Lesnar. And even the match at TLC with Styles was not too bad at all. Now he's involved in a feud with Mustafa Ali, but the guy still did it. The guy's dreams took over, and yes, it was not quite in the way I expected to do so, but Daniel Bryan, after, thinking he was never going to get cleared ever again, did not give up. And that speech that he gave, when he returned, telling about the story about how much support Bree had given him with helping him fight for his dreams to get back into the ring where he wanted to be, and not in a suit sitting behind a desk having meetings as a general manager that we all knew he did not like that job. He fought and he got back. And you know what? He was one point of view to talk for Paige to talk to, and she had to retire earlier this year. Daniel Bryan helped her realize, hey, you never know what could happen. Not saying it's for sure going to happen, but you never know what could happen someday. To Edge also mentioning, leaving the ring is rough, but there's still a lot of great things you can find outside of the ring as well, and you can be successful there also. But it's still just a great story to see him. And even though, at times, he fell a little flat, Daniel Bryan still got back to where he wanted to be, at the top of the mountain as the WWE champion. Now, of course, not as the yes man, as the psycho environmentalist going out screaming, fickle, fickle, fickle. One of my heroes made it back to the ring. And that's my lists, guys. So once again, my 2 top 10 lists for tonight. And actually my last top 10 list, as there's 2 more streams left on this channel, one tomorrow. Well, actually there's 2 streams tomorrow I'm going to be involved in, which I'll get to. I'll announce those, explain those streams in a second, which I do recommend checking out both of them tomorrow for sure. And of course, all 3 I recommend checking out, but I'll get to them in a second. But my 2 top 10 lists tonight were the least favorites. Again, we had the growth of the glorified house shows, then the Shield reunion, making all pay-per-views dual branded, lack of depth, the booking of the Universal title, the booking of Trashley, the booking of Nakamura, booking of Strowman, the piss jokes, and the McMahon's taking over were all my least favorites. My favorites: Robbie's WWE ice cream bars, the rise of Drew McIntyre, Dean's heel turn, Seth becoming a true babyface, branching out 205 Live, meeting Kurt Angle earlier this year, the Gargano Ciampa feud, the legendary year of NXT, Becky Lynch becoming the man, and Daniel Bryan making his in-ring return. Now, before I check the live chat again, let me just get it out there real quick. Also, again, the plan for the last 2 days of the year. As I said, the video game stuff I'm taking a break from until the new year, because I just it's been a busy and crazy holiday. There's been a lot going on, good, some bad, but mostly good. And I just needed a couple of days just to do my streams and just sit back and just take a deep breath. But I will get back to those video game Let's Plays, right after the new year. So tomorrow, here's the plan for tomorrow. Sometime tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to do another special stream, and it will be talking about any of my bold predictions for 2019, whether it's heel turn, face turn, superstar shakeups, some stuff I'm going to talk about there. Any other little odds and ends I'm going to predict, as well as who's going to be champion and whatnot. Any feuds I'm going to bring. I'm going to come up with some type of list of things to talk about tomorrow. Not going to be a top 10, but just just some predictions I'm going to have for tomorrow. No particular order, but we'll do that sometime tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow night at 8:00 p.m. Pittsburgh or Eastern Standard Time in the United States. It'll be myself, Daniel Gaiza, and Robbie One Kenobi on Dan's channel. I will post the link to the stream on my Twitter. And of course, then again, you can't see my liked or favorite videos, but again, just check out Just check out www.youtube.com/DanielGuyza412. And we're tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. You can watch myself, Dan, and Robbie. Well, it's going to be, audio only. But there's 24 different categories. We're going to discuss. We've done this. Well, myself and Dan and a couple other people, have gone and come and gone, have done this video since 2015, and I have an absolute blast every year. But if you want to know the categories right now, I will read them off to you. There are going to be 24 categories. We started with only 18 for these videos. Now there's 24, but the categories are Wrestler of the Year, Women's Wrestler of the Year, Tag Team of the Year, Worst Tag Team of the Year, Main Roster Pay-Per-View of the Year, Worst Pay-Per-View of the Year, Brand of the Year, Match of the Year, Women's Match of the Year, Worst Match of the Year, Most Improved Wrestler of the Year, Least Improved, Best Segment, Worst Segment, Best Storyline, Worst Storyline, Underutilized, Tag Team Match of the Year, Best Live Event Attended this year. Now, this one does not have to be WWE or NXT. This could be anything. Mine actually is not a WWE live event. Number 20 is the Best Takeover of the Year. And then the new categories we're adding for this year is the Best Face of the Year, Best Heel of the Year, Comeback Superstar of the Year, and Newcomer of the Year. So, again, guys, if you would like that's going to be tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on my friend Daniel Guyza's channel. Again, if you don't have Twitter, again, just go to youtube.com/DanielGuyza412 and look for the 2018 End of the Year Awards stream, pretty much. Again, it is a lot of fun. I do recommend coming and checking it out in the live chat, guys. And then Monday, of course, you still have time to get your questions in on the open forum. I left the video on Christmas Day. I posted it, but if you want to, of course, wait till the day of Monday, sometime Monday, I'm not sure when though, on New Year's Eve, I will do the end of the year 1,000 subscriber Q&A / channel wrap up video. I'll answer any questions that you guys give me. Again, just keep it appropriate and not too personal. That we're going to celebrate the end of the year. 1,000 subscribers, just recap what all happened to the channel and just, look forward to 2019 and see what happens there. But, of course, let me check the live chat one last time tonight, and then I'm going to be checking out and calling it a night. So, let's see. What do we got here? Let me see here. Let me see. We got a lot of things to catch up on. Wow. I think we're okay. So we're somewhere around here. Oh, yeah, we're right here. But then again, who really is an absolute baby face in this era of WWE? Seriously, serious question. Because they experiment so much with turns and everyone changes so quickly, which is true. They perform in front of church silence. Yeah, 205 Live pretty much does. And it's sad to see. They deserve better reactions. Jeff can't be heel. Look at Impact for proof, he says. Tia says he met AJ Styles 2015 in Kingsport, Tennessee. He was an awesome, nice guy. Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely. He was. I mean, I wish I would have been able to talk to Styles more, but again, it was just, he had a really long line. It was rushed, but at least he posed like this. I mean, actually, well, here's my problem. I will go back and download the photos from when I met Brian, when I met Styles, and when, of course, I met Angle, and I will share them in the end of the year Q&A video on Monday for sure. Yay, Pittsburgh all over the place. Yes, Pittsburgh all over the place. That was awesome. That is so cool. Thank you, guys. He's also on your profile pic, Josh, was when you met him, because that picture is awesome for sure. It is. You chatted for him for like 5 minutes. That's awesome to hear, dude. And you got to chat with him. And happy for you too, Mike. It must have been so awesome to meet a wrestling legend for sure. I really hope you can meet him. Definitely with meeting Roman Reigns, aka Joe Anuai. Not only is his match with Shawn at WrestleMania his best match, it's also one of the greatest of all time. I agree. We have respect for him and want to see his dark side already. Haha, definitely, yeah. But again, no matter what way he comes back, I just want to see the guy healthy again, and the guy, doing, what he truly wants to do. Because remember, what Joe said from the heart before he left, that when he gets back, it's not going to be about champions. It's going to be about the fact that the man himself, when life throws him a curveball, he can knock it right out of the ballpark. And, that's just of course, I'm sure a lot of people have looked up to. And again, that's, why I want to go meet. I want to go, take the time to, go meet him, because I'm there for the man himself, not for the character that we hate, for the man himself, Joe Anuai. I wonder what Styles did to Vince, because this has been one hell of a year for his balls. Yeah, exactly. Styles has not learned again to, wear a cup after how many times he's been hit there. But think about it, I'm grateful because I saw WWE 2 times here in Austria. First time I've ever seen Undertaker, Kane, Batista were in the main event. Even Chris Benoit was on that show. It was a few months before he died. He did those evil things, which it's a shame. I'm glad you were still able to experience that, Larry. Best is Ricochet's moonsault off the cage at War Games, which that was awesome, Mark. Before Jeff Hardy came back, he had never tapped out before, but why is he always tapping now? Actually, it's a good question. I'm not sure. It was great, but he missed the landing and nearly killed himself. That is true, but still, it was still awesome. War Raiders debut was great. Also, I bet Styles and WWE are still negotiating a new contract. Maybe possible. Who knows? The 6-man ladder match also, again, was amazing. Matt Riddle and Keith Lee's debut were great as well. War Machine, Ring of Honor, again, they were pretty good. Would have loved to see more of my beast Lars in NXT. Never expected that call up. We'll see what happens in 2019 with him. Bauer, Joe, Nakamura, leave NXT, put them down a few notches of credibility in 2016, 2017. Oh, for sure. Yeah, again, because, again, there's so many talents just, got taken away. It was just kind of like a rebuilding stage for a while. Kyrie winning the NXT Women's Championship was great as well. Did you know that the Street Profits are the tag team champs at NXT's developmental brand Evolve? Oh, it's NXT's developmental brand. I know that Evolve was like their developmental brand. I knew they wanted Evolve. I know that was NXT's developmental brand, but yeah, I knew that. And I think Fabian Eichner is a champion there as well. The Street Profits deserve more of a push. They have the look and charisma to be big deals, which I agree. Again, that's why I was really disappointed with that match. I put in my worst matches with the Street Profits and Authors of Pain and the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classics. I think it's made them look silly, and they just haven't really done much since, really. But we'll see what happens there. But I love the like. Let's help this video to get pushed out just a little bit. Thank you. Might go rant some more. It's so much fun. I wish, but again, I'm starting to get tired. Left a like and shared the stream with Vince, Triple H, Steph, and Shane. Thanks, Tia Couponer. Great job. Everybody saying they liked it. 4 likes. Awesome, guys. Thank you, guys. Everyone. Dakota tweeted it. Good job. I want Becky to use the Stone Cold Stunner, which would be sick. Becky 316 for sure. Mike, when exactly are you guys doing your stream? Tomorrow at 8. Could you have Charlotte versus Becky versus Ronda without them winning the Rumble? Could happen in some way still, but we'll have to wait and see. If it's not, here's the thing: if it's not for the championship, then maybe they could. Who knows? What if here's the thing: Becky and Charlotte, I want to see win the Rumble. I want to see Becky win the Rumble, but I'm predicting that it's going to be Becky and Charlotte both winning the Rumble. They're going to pull off a Bret Hart and Lex Luger. But to me, I still feel they're both going to try to, cost Ronda get their revenge on Ronda in some other ways. Ronda costed them their championship. What's them saying they're not going to cost Ronda her championship? If she defends at the Rumble, that is. She may not. But, of course, we shall see. We shall see. Got that straightened up. It will be on Dan Guy's channel. Yep, on Dan Guy's. And Wendy was awesome as well. I have to check if I can catch everything because that stream sounds interesting. Oh, got it. It's a lot of fun. Robbie, Dan, and I. Well, in the past, we've had one of our other friends who lives in town here. He's not really much of a wrestling fan anymore. But we had him the first year. Second year it was myself, Dan, Gene from he used to be the BSP Wrestling Show. Now he's just BS Podcast, but he's he hasn't really been doing any YouTubing over a year now. He's been busy with other things. So keep in touch with him. And also, we also had Nerd Coalition with us winter. But last year it was just myself, Dan, and Rob. This year it's gonna be just the three of us again. But again, it's a great stream, guys. We always we laugh. We just talk about all these great things. And of course, I'll be connected to the live chat. So I'll be even if I'm not gonna be talking to you guys over the stream, I'll still be chatting with you guys in the live chat as well. It's a great time, and I definitely recommend checking out. It's one of my favorite videos to do every year for sure. Yes. Daniel Bryan gave us a life lesson. Never give up on your dreams for sure. He knows what's up. Is Kurt actually really nice? Oh yeah, he was a good dude. He was a very cool dude to talk to. Of course, Dan, of course, as well, actually works at one of the nearby Eden Parks, which is a restaurant up here in Pittsburgh. And he's seen Kurt several times there as well. And he even said one time a couple years ago, if you return to WWE, one match he wanted to have is a match with Daniel Bryan. But we'll be honest and say the last couple times I've seen Kurt Angle wrestle, it kind of shows that he doesn't really have much left in the tank for a match anymore. So that one might not be happening. But, if it happens, hopefully it would be good. Jinder Mahal for Superstar of the Year. No. Sorry, Dakota. Not happening there. Or least improved. These are some crazy categories, but it sounds fun for sure. Jinder my balls, as Mike says. Yes, Jinder my balls. I kind of missed something there. Let's see here. Grim always said that, right? I think so. Yeah. Gender my balls. For WWE said Raw was the brand of the year, and Strowman won Make Star of the Year. Becky won Female Star of the Year. That's complete bull crap for some of that stuff. Becky, yes. Grim is so crazy for sure. Definitely, Larry. And Mike just said the name of WWE that he shall not be named. No, you can't mention Chris Benoit. Who? Chris Benoit. Oh boy. Mark's checking out. I heard Becky and Charlotte will both win the Rumble. What do you think should happen? I like your prediction about the women's Rumble. Thank you, T and Couponer. Sometimes I really hate that we're in this era of WWE where we can get all of the info, news, and rumors, which I agree too. Kind of also does hurt the product because now people know it's not real. But you know what? Again, so all these other, fictional TV shows that we watch are not real. Also, we still watch them. The goal with these wrestlers, again, is just to convince us to, that, what they're doing is real and to entertain us. That's why I say, don't let people who keep putting you down for being a fan of this product, saying, oh, it's fake. Well, yeah, but so is The Walking Dead. So is, all these horror movies that you guys watch and whatnot, they're fake. They're scripted, but you know what? Their job is to convince you what's happening is real. That's why I say about whenever I watch wrestling anymore. So, again, that's why I say don't let people get down when they say, oh, this product is fake. Chicken may include that in my WrestleMania card video, which I look forward to checking out. Surprise factor is dead in this era. I agree. No worries about that, Larry. I did my own booking of the men's rumble. I need to check that out. I haven't been able to check it out yet. I apologize, Larry. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Rim. Not again. I'm sorry, guys. I'll stop saying the name. Jay's taking out. Jay's checking out. Tia Kupar says it, man. Larry's checking out. One thing to say, not to us, it's fake. We know that, but we still like it. Exactly. We will watch it all again because, once again, as I said before, they are meant to try to convince us that what's happening is real. We all know it's choreographed and rehearsed and whatnot. But again, their job is to convince us that it is real. So don't ever let people get you don't have to let people get you down for that. But with that, guys, and I definitely want to check out the video, Larry, again, because I appreciate your support. I want to support you as well, so I will check out that video when I get the chance. Again, I just again apologize about this. It's been crazy this month of me working another job, which I put in for a schedule request, but I did not get. But it's still not official. I'm going to be staying at this job, like after like mid-January or whatnot. So we'll see what happens with it. But I'm still on the same schedule for the next couple of weeks. As we go into 2019, I continue to still figure out what the hell I'm doing with my life, pretty much, you guys. But for the most part, all is good in the man's world here. But yeah, again, so once again, guys, just a reminder again, tomorrow, sometime during the day, I will do my bold predictions for 2019 stream tomorrow night on Dan Guys' channel around 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We will be doing our end of the year awards video, which again, it is an awesome time. Again, I may not be able to, talk to you guys through the video, but I will pay attention to the live chat and answer you guys in the live chat for sure. But again, that is a fun stream. It's going to be a good 2-3 hour stream. It's probably going to be close to 3 hours since we've been adding on some more categories this year. But again, it's so worth it. And Monday again is the end of the year /1,000 subscribers Q&A and then channel recap and wrap up video for the year as we end 2018 and we move on to 2019. So guys, once again, what are some of your personal favorite memories from WWE and your least favorite memories in 2018? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure as always to click my like and subscribe more content on my channel and follow me on Twitter as well at DemandAirboy93. And guys, I am checking out. We are 48 hours away now from 2019. I will see you guys tomorrow for the bold predictions and once again the end of the year awards video. If you check that out on Dan Guy's channel, again, I will post a link to it to the stream on my Twitter. But again, if you do not have Twitter, because I know you don't have Twitter, Larry, again, let's go to Daniel Guys of 412, subscribe to his channel, and just be ready. So until then, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Have a good rest, guys, and we'll see you all then. So until then, guys, peace out, everybody.